right, so I just want to talk a little bit about this weekend, Monday, what happened going into the regional. Pulling on the same types of patterns, they say, and I don't know, I feel like they just play a little different. I don't know what it is. They say they use the same patterns at the regionals as they do the national stops, but they just seem different. And maybe it's just a mentality. I think it's probably more mental game than anything. That's what's keeping me and holding me back. I think I'm doing the wrong things, over analyzing things, overthinking things, making changes too quickly, doing just way too much, trying to do too much to the bowling ball, all of the above. So it's definitely a mentality thing. My mental spot is not good. It's not as good as I thought it was. So there's definitely some improvement that needs to be made for my mental game. My mental game is lacking right now. Thought it was good to go after averaging 250 for 8 games before, but I guess not. Because I could definitely feel like I was more tense going into the PBA event, knowing that, okay, PBA major, really want to make this cut, tense up a little bit. You just start making rash decisions that you probably shouldn't be making. So admittedly, that was one of my faults this weekend. Ball's coming off my hand pretty good. The changes I made were definitely the right changes as far as the finger pitches go. For those of you that don't know, I changed my finger pitches from 0 to a quarter away in both fingers. So I could kind of get my fingers to sit a little flatter and take a little pressure off of them. It helped to get my ball to float down lane a whole lot easier. So that's good. But I was making poor decisions with changing balls too quickly and everything else. That first game at the TOC, I started with a pin down Nova, and I started with front 4, but I didn't like my ball reaction. It was too hook stoppy. Like, it was real quick off the spot and would stop, but it was striking. And then I made a silly little move, like feeling like for some reason I needed to tighten my angle up after a 4-bagger. Like, I just struck 4 times. Why am I now making a move? So then in the 5th shot, I throw one good after tightening my angle up, and I leave a 610 through the face. And it's like, what was that? So then I move left. I figure, okay, I'll just move a little left and keep that same angle. And now I just screwed up the angle through the pins. Now the ball just flat 10. And it's like, goodness gracious, what just happened? And now when I go back and watch it, I'm like, what are you doing? Like, what? Like, I know the ball reaction wasn't great, but it was striking. You could have made the adjustments later on once you noticed that the ball wasn't striking. Why make a change when you see your ball is striking? So stupid. Like, trying to be better than what you really need to be. I mean, it only took like 215 or 216 a game to get into the qualifying rounds, the elite field. Why are you trying to average 240? Like, it's just so silly. That's always been my bad mental mistake all the time, is when I get out there, I feel like I need to find a 240 ball reaction when I don't have to. I do that to myself so often. I got to stop trying to be, trying to prove to myself how smart I am. Like, that's just dumb. It's really bad. So I know a lot of you can probably relate to this. You're probably making changes on the fly that you probably don't even need to make, so yeah, trust your instincts and everything, but sometimes your instincts can lead you astray, or you have 2 different instincts and you listen to the wrong one. So for me this week, it's going to be getting back to my roots of straight angles, weaker hand positions, stop trying to be so strong all the time, feeling like I have to try and hook it a lot. Just get weaker with my hand, because at the end of the block, game 5, I went to a weaker ball and I just flattened my hand out more, just rolled it up the back and just let it tip, and I bowled 230 with like 4 or 5 bad shots, still bowled 230, and it was just, that was kind of a light bulb for me. Like, dude, you're just trying to do too much. Stop trying to do too much. So for the rest of the week, I'm going to be still working on my strong hand positions, but mostly I'll be going back to working harder on my more firm, flatter hand positions, more up the back type hand positions, to be able to be in control better. And then I can make, smaller changes. I don't have to make big ball changes and everything else. So, it's all a learning experience. I'm learning. Everything has changed since the last time I was out here bowling more often. A couple years ago when I was bowling, I needed to have a lot more stronger hand positions. Now that I've upped my rotation and I'm not so end over end as much as I was now, I'm seeing better down lane reaction, and it's causing me to see ball reaction that's a little too quick down lane. I'm not seeing the early ball reaction that I was seeing before. Where if you go and you watch Brad and Kyle's video about the qualifier with Brad, he was talking about early hook and all that. I didn't really see the early hook, so I'm doing something right with my hand. Now I gotta mix the two, get back to being a little bit more rolly and forward, and still float it through the front, and I think I'll be a-okay. And then just make the right decisions on the fly. I gotta stop being so analytical with everything and just get back to bowling. Just bowl, man, just bowl. So that's gonna be my goal for the next week and a half. Hopefully it pays off, hopefully it works out. I'm just gonna keep working hard. I mean, it's frustrating to not be bowling great and to be missing cuts like this, but you kinda expect it. You haven't been out here in however long. It's not like I'm missing by a ton. I missed this cut by, 60 pens, less than 60 pens, something like that. I don't know. I don't even know what the cut was, but something like that. Okay, so again, it's just one hit a game. It's all it is one hit a game every time. So it's not like I'm far off. It's not like I'm bowling 100 minus, 100 under while the cut's 100 over. It's not like I'm that far off. I just need to put some things together, do the right things, and see what we can come up with. But I'm going to do another ball giveaway here. I'm going to get it going here probably this week. And we're going to give away a ball for the World Series for the doubles event, and then an A ball for the World Series. So the first one will end on the 3rd because we have the PTQ. Charlie Brown Jr. and I are bowling doubles for the PBA, but we got to go through the PTQ and get in with the qualifiers. So we're going to be bowling that on the 3rd, and then I'll be bowling the qualifier for the World Series on the 6th. But hopefully we're qualifying in match play on the 4th and 5th. So we'll see what happens there. Charlie's another guy that's been working really hard at his game, and he's trying to redefine himself as a person right now. So anybody that's got a minute, take some time, say some prayers, and keep Charlie in your thoughts, because he's going through some rough patches right now. But as a bowler, I think it's going to be the best thing for him to have something to kind of distract him a little bit. Kind of like what I went through. I had some stuff to distract me, and I was bowling better when I was distracted. So that was good. Now I'm less distracted. I'm going to almost have to find a distraction, which I think I found that distraction, but it's okay. So, I mean, we're good to go. Charlie, looking forward to bowling with you. So we're going to see you guys all up in Milwaukee at the doubles event here in a week and a half. And, we'll get to work. So that's all I got for you. Keep your head in the game. Keep things straight. That's what I'm trying to do. I'm going to stay positive. I'm going to keep working hard. You can't keep me down. I mean, it's not going to be, I don't care if I miss the next 12 PTQ cuts. It is what it is. I'm going to keep working, and eventually, maybe by next season, I'll be better. I hope to be better by before that, but I'm going to keep learning. I'm in a spot now where I can just go bowl, and I can do the things I want to do. So that's what I'm going to do. And I'm going to keep learning, and I'm going to keep teaching what I'm learning, and you guys can follow along and hopefully learn from my mistakes as well. So, just because I'm bowling bad right now, don't unfollow me just because I'm bowling bad. Don't worry about it. We'll be back. We'll be bowling good again. Just keep following along and watch how the progress happens. So I'm out of here. We'll see you guys later. Take care.